Once upon a time, that was 1979, I had an idea. I had just finished a program with the American Motivational Association, bringing in Zig Ziglar, Norman Vincent Peale, Art Linkletter, Cavett Roberts, some of the old timers. And my job was to sell tickets, and I said, I wonder if anybody in Colorado is interested in speaking. So October of 1979 was the first session of How to Speak for Fun and Profit. So right now, 34 years later, this same seminar is going on and on and on. And boy, was I lucky. 8 years ago, Diana came to a Speakers Association meeting, and we hooked up, and she saw me with a cane, so I needed help. So she's been my helper, my sidekick, my everything ever since. Diana Hall has been a very important part of this seminar. She could do it by herself, but I still...
He wouldn't have any fun if I did it all by myself.
As you notice, I've got a cane, I've got a wrist thing. I had a stroke 8 years ago, but we'll go into that detail later. The thing that's kept me going 8 years post-stroke is this seminar. I love teaching. I love to see people's eyes light up when they realize there are 50 groups today out there in Denver Metro who need speakers. And that's where you gals and guys come in.
Absolutely.
So Diana, where do we go next, sweetie?
Now, we're going to give them either an agenda or a syllabus or a bunch of papers.
And then we'll take this packet of paper, staple to keep it in order. This first sheet is called My Action Plan. Here's today's date is November 20th, 2012. Here's where you're going to capture the best ideas from How to Speak for Fun and Profit that you're going to put into action right now. You see, some people think there's two instructors or teachers, me and Diana. No, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're all participating because as you write these ideas down, you might say, I already knew that. I just need to be reminded of it. Or you're going to hear Brian say something. You say, wow, that's a good idea. Can I borrow that, Brian? And Brian says, yes. So the first 3 items are blank, as you notice here. We start out with number 7. Do we have any Toastmasters in the room? Background was Dale Carnegie courses. These are both self-improvement or self-help organizations. I've never been a Toastmaster, but what do they do at Toastmasters, Diana?
Toastmasters is for communication and leadership. So you get a chance every week to open your mouth for one reason or another. Then when you join, you get a book of 10 assignments, which gives you different parts of a speech to work on. And they have evaluations there to help you get better. And I always said I joined for I joined because they're there for 2 reasons. One is to help you get better, and 2 is because they have to listen to you when you open your mouth. That was my reason.
There are 91 Toastmasters clubs in the Denver metro area. So if you go to toastmasters.org, put in your zip code, they will give you a list of all 91 clubs based on proximity to your home and the time of day and day you want to meet with them. I've never been a Toastmaster, but I proudly carry this plaque with me wherever I go. 3 years ago, Bob Baxter, the district governor, is allowed to choose one person in Colorado that's had some influence in the speaking community. In 2009, thank you, Diana, 2009, he chose me. So this plaque is called Communication Leadership Award. And out of 5 million people in Colorado, I got it. And I used to wear it with a chain around my neck. Don't laugh, this is valuable stuff here. There's only one problem. The chain kept breaking.
Yeah, we don't have, P. Diddy wouldn't give up any of his big gold chains, and so we just
So
couldn't do
my
it.
recommendation, go visit 3 Toastmasters clubs. You can go for free as a guest to check them out to see if the members and the program is what you want. The important thing is they have them breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Brian? Number 8 here says go to meetup.com. Have any of you been to a meetup group in town? There are 1,000 meetup groups in Denver, Boulder every week that are meeting. 8 years ago, Diana and I started Speakers in Colorado. And what do we do there, Diana?
We get internationally known and nationally known speakers who will not step on a stage for less than $10,000 to come and speak to our group because they love Joe. And we'll charge you $25 and feed you lunch so that you can learn from these top speakers how to build a speaking business.
See, the advantage I have, in 1979, this seminar, How to Speak for Fun and Profit, got started. So in 1980, my former spouse Judy and I started the Colorado Speakers Association, which is the next one down here. And now there's over 150 people belong to that organization. So I guess I have been on the forefront of speaking here in Colorado. And
a large chunk of them started sitting right where you are. And now they're international speakers.
Now, number 9 says go to nsacolorado.org and plan to attend their next meeting. Once a month from September to May, we have meetings. So go to nsacolorado.org. It's usually on a Friday or a Saturday for a couple of hours.
Joe told you he started it. But contact any NSA organization and they'll say, Colorado, really? You go to Colorado? It is the premier chapter. 3 national presidents in 10 years. One of the founders of the International Speaking Federation, the first speaker to speak at the 7-star hotel in Dubai. By the way, everybody I've mentioned except one has spoken for our meetup, and she's going to in the near future. This is the place to be if you want to play with the big boys, see what they do, see how they do it.
And they all start at the same place. I
Right
call
here.
it crawl, walk, run. You start crawling, whether it be Dale Carnegie or Toastmasters or speech class at Metro State, start where you're at right now, and we build this up from 2 minutes to 7 minutes to 20 minutes. And then we go out in the business world. The next step is Rotary, Kiwanis, Lions, Optimist, Business Professional Women.
And I want you to write down 3 letters next to NSA Colorado. I want you to write down the letters CSP. Charlie Sam Peter. That stands for Certified Speaking Professional. This is a designation. It takes 5 years and massive work to achieve. And it's only in the National Speakers Association. It's the only certification out there for professional speakers. The average CSP in the National Speakers Association per state, or nationwide, is 8% of the speakers are CSPs. In Colorado, it's 28%.
So it must be in the altitude or the water or something here that we got going for us in Colorado. Number 10 says go to nsaspeaker.org, find out who else is doing what you want to do. There are over 4,000 members of the National Association, not just in the United States now, but foreign countries too. And you find categories that you might want to find yourself in. There's categories on business and leadership and health and motivation and inspiration. Find 10 people, call them up, See, I was talking to Joe Sabah in Denver. Half of them will say, how's old Joe doing? Is he still around? And you say he's doing very nicely. At 81, he's still doing his seminar, How to Speak for Fun and Profit. And the other half will say, who's Joe? See, I've been around this organization 35 years, so I have some name recognition out there.